Hi everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about the different kajals that I have been trying over the last month or so. The reason I'm going through different kajals at the moment is because I recently read in an article that Hashmi Kajal has been banned in Australia for containing more than 20% lead. So traditionally kajal is made using cotton and mustard oil. However, there are different ways to make it by grinding different types of stone. And I think one of the methods that is very common that people use is using lead in their products to make the kajal thicker, and they don't have to use as much kajal, they just mix in the lead, and that allows you to have a similar consistency to traditional kajal. These products I have bought because they are readily available in Australia and most of the world as well. The first one is YSL Culture Kajal. The second one is Rimmel 24 Hour Ultimate Kajal. The third one is L'Oreal Paris Paradise Kajal. And the fourth one is by The Body Shop. This is just a matte kajal. Kajal is not supposed to be something that will stay on your eye and not smudge. It's traditionally used on your inner lash line. A lot of people do use it to create a smoky look. I don't use it for that reason. I only use it to line the inner lash line. The difference between the Rimmel and the YSL, L'Oreal, and the Body Shop is that the Rimmel is 24-hour wear. So once you put it on, this one does not smudge. So it goes on like eyeliner. It's shaped like a kajal, but it's more like an eyeliner. This is what it looks like. This is different to the others because this is quite a pointy tip, so you can't put it on sideways against your lash line like you would traditionally a kajal. And what I like about it is that it winds out. So this one you can definitely use above your eye, so on your eyelid you can use it as a eyeliner. I really like it, especially because you can use it as a kajal and as well as a eyeliner. But when I want that traditional kajal feel, I use the YSL. My benchmark for all these kajals was Hashmi Kajal themselves. I've used that for a very long time, but after reading the article about how dangerous lead can be and how dangerous lead poisoning is, I decided to stop it altogether and go and search for a new kajal. Lead poisoning causes irreversible neurological damage. I have had a lot of people say to me, I have used kajal my whole life. I'm 80 years old. I've been using it since I was a child. But the fact is that different things affect different people differently. So for example, you will have some smokers out there who will say, I'm 90, not a day goes by where I don't smoke a packet of cigarettes and I am perfectly fine. But there are those who are unfortunate and after the age of 25, even just having 2 cigarettes a day, and they've had to give it up for health reasons, but that's done them no good. So why risk it? Why put yourself in such a dangerous position? And if it wasn't dangerous, Australia wouldn't have banned it. Price-wise, the YSL is the most expensive one out of all of them. What I really like about it is that its texture and the way it glides on the eye was the most similar to Hashmi Kajal. It feels very similar. The blackness is very similar to Hashmi Kajals as well. The others are also really good. I don't particularly like the Body Shop because I felt it's more oily than it is a creamy texture. So it's not something I will buy again. I do like that it's got quite a nice pointed tip, which is really easy to apply. It's quite black as well. So if you just have a look here, just put it on here, that's what it looks like. But this is nothing like Hashmi Kajal. This, when you put on your eye, it actually feels like you're putting on a oily pencil, and I don't like that. It does last quite a few hours, not as long as Hashmi Kajal. And what I also don't like about it is that for $20 you're not getting a great product overall. The L'Oreal and the Rimmel are really good. I quite like the L'Oreal and the Rimmel one. The L'Oreal is quite nice as well. It's quite black also. And if you notice that this has more of a powdery edge, whereas this one didn't quite have that powdery look to the edge, which means that that one's got quite a lot more oil than this one. Funnily enough, L'Oreal actually owns YSL Beauty, L'Oreal themselves, and the Body Shop. So the only one that L'Oreal doesn't own is Rimmel. So this is it here. This is the Rimmel. Another thing I really like about the Rimmel is that it's so easy to apply. So on a day where you're in a rush and you just want to run out of the house and need to put something on your eye, this is something really good to have because it's easy to use. It doesn't hurt when you're applying it on your lash line. I found with the Body Shop one and the L'Oreal one, they are a little bit harder to apply on your lash line, especially the Body Shop one. And finally, this is the YSL one. I actually bought this because I wanted to see if there is much of a difference between a regular priced kajal and a expensive kajal. So this is the most expensive one out of all of them. And to be perfectly honest, you can have a very similar feel or you can have a very similar experience with your kajal by buying the L'Oreal or the Rimmel. What I love about the YSL is actually the shape. I love that it's shaped like that. I love the way it goes on. I felt this was very similar to the Hashmi Kajal. So I'll put it on here. That's it there. So if you have a look, they're all quite black. What I like about the YSL is that it stays on for quite some time. It is sold as a couture kajal, so they say you can do a smoky look with it, but in order to do a smoky look, you would have to apply eyeshadow on top, which I'm not willing to do. If I want to have a smoky look, I want it to stay, so I prefer the Rimmel. All in all, they're all quite good. I would buy these three again, so the YSL, the Rimmel, and the L'Oreal. I won't be buying the Body Shop one again because I just don't like how it feels. It doesn't feel like real kajal. The other three is basically just a preference. The one, if you are after something that will last you all day and is easy to apply and you're not too fussed about using that sideways motion. So kajal is traditionally applied like this on your lash line, not on like that. So that's quite hard to do with this one. If this was shaped like the YSL or the L'Oreal, I would definitely say get this each time, every time, because it is amazing. But purely because of the shape, I would recommend getting either the L'Oreal or the YSL if you are after a traditional kajal. Another advantage of these two brands is that they go on special quite often. So they will go on 50% off quite often, and that's when you can buy them and stock them up and just try them out. And another reason I've tried these Western brands is because I know they won't contain any sort of dangerous, harmful products, and if they do, it will be written on their packaging that this is harmful to use. So that was my review on all four kajals. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. Give it a try. Thanks for watching.